Everybody really give it up for Marisa.
Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? Great, okay. I'm 5'1", so I have to check. Okay, I could talk about these forever, so I prepared some statements for how I identify with or relate to the term exile. I relate to the term exile in that I grew up being called a pocha. For those who don't know, that roughly translates to race traitor. I grew up being taught to talk white and was a no sabo kid until I was 18. I'm physically in exile from my Mexican heritage because I feel unsafe traveling as a woman to my grandfather's homeland of Michoacan. Secondly, my dad's side has a Native American ancestry that we can't trace because records were not well preserved from the reservation where we were sent. For that reason, I'm exiled from my native tribes and the readoption process has been closed since I've been trying to reconnect. Para mí, me siento como en exilio porque cuando era niña, los otros niños me llamaban pocha. Para la gente que no usan esa palabra, significa una traidora de la raza. Mis padres me enseñaban a hablar como una bolía, y era una niña no sabo hasta que tenía 18 años. Estoy en exilio de mi herencia mexicana porque me siento en seguridad cuando pienso de viajar como mujer a mi patria de mi abuelo, Michoacán. También mi familia de mi papá tiene ancestro indígena que no podemos conocer porque los registros no estaban bien guardados. Por eso estoy en exilio de mis tribus indígenas y el proceso de readopción ha sido cerrado. To me, coming home means to be loved by family, by friends, by self. Homes are people who accept you for the fullness of who you are. Para mí, el hogar significa cuando la gente alrededor de mí me ama como yo soy. Los hogares son personas quien me aceptan en mi completo. Thank you. So this first poem is from, I'm gonna move this slightly. Okay. Okay, how's that? This is just cutting into my time. So. All right, so this first poem is from a collection, my first collection that was published called Reconquista, which explores my family's heritage as both Spanish and Native. I have a lot more Spanish features than Indigenous features, and I do privilege from that, and I'm very honest about that. And I had this question, what does it mean to be both colonizer and colonized living in one body? So that is what my book Reconquista is about, and this poem is of the same name. Quetzalcoatl, native name given to foreign menace. I was born in both. The Spaniard inside me yearns to return home, aches for the montañas of El País Vasco, but the Azteca knows Spanish was never mother tongue. I wonder if I can even excavate an idiom to reclaim, or are my roots so far buried they have melted into fossilized ember, a color only rivaled by my irises in the light of a blood moon. Its red trickles through ravines in the southwest of what we now call America. Blood of an unknown past curdles into the soil to replenish its strength. I rip my love from its death-stained minerals, my hands stained to red as they till soil that is not mine. The huera inside me taught me trickery, taught me to pull bodies from cradles and muscles from mouths like the heavens deemed me executioner. Trapped inside Quetzalcoatl's chest, I drum with 60 fists to unleash myself from this heart that does not mine. I try to break the bonds of a conqueror I did not summon. I claw at his thumbprints as if they can provide tracks of wolves back to where my people come from. I cry like fire, sing like rain, dance like the earth bestowed me with her name because she did. I am the daughter of earth and water made impermanent. But my earthen name call Spanish soil home. My questions stem from rivers of blood left rippling in the aftermath of conquest. What cavernous abyss took hold of my history? Can I cleave apart veins that have been made pure? How can I be goddess and serpent all in one? Thank you. These next poems come from an upcoming collection that Melissa read and got me back into my performance poetry era and encouraged me to submit for evaluation for a book award. So, fingers crossed on that. It's called Semillita. It's about my experience as a first-generation college student in predominantly white institutions. And the process of writing it has created a lot of conversations within my family that have been really gratifying for all of us. So this is Cut Connection 1 and 2. Cut Connection 1. My mom raises folklorico skirts in similar fashion to the way I throw ribbons into the air in time with a Caribbean dance video on YouTube. She enjoys it, removed, appreciating a culture from an outside perspective. She learns steps and music from a nun at her Catholic school, and when a new teacher from Mexico teaches them regional steps, they all feel foreign to her. She enjoys them, removed, even when costumes from her father's home state of Michoacan are used. The fabric feels as foreign as the music, which she appreciates as customs from another land. The songs do not reside in her spirit, and neither does the dance. When she and I talk in 2023 about assimilation and the erasure of culture, she says, "How can I miss what I never had?" Cut Connection 2. In school, I read stories of Mexican migrant workers in similar fashion to the way my mom raised her childhood folklorico skirts. I learn it, removed, observing a lifestyle from an outside perspective. I see pictures in history books, and when the teacher explains migration followed crops, it all feels foreign to me. I recite them, removed, even when the stories from both my grandmothers are shared about how the harvest dictated their schooling or lack thereof. Their memories feel as foreign as farm fields where they grew up gathering the fruit of others' lands. Their stories do not reside in my spirit until it clicks that they shared the same life as the workers from my history books. My grandma smiles at me, laughing. How can you miss stories we never told you until you asked? Thank you. Thank you very much. This last poem is called Benefactor's Cleansing, and it is also from the upcoming book, Semillita. And I do have an extra poem I can read if you need more time, but okay, cool. All right, Benefactor's Cleansing. I was baptized into shame of the hoods of my childhood. Benefactors funneled funds like water. My parents held me as the current rinsed away the culture that clung to me like the dirt and asphalt of the playground where my friends spoke with the quick-turning tongues de la patria. My parents told me God had smiled on me in the form of scholarship funds from benefactors who were afraid of the barrios I came from. Benefactors purified my voice box, and parents sang hymns to white professionalism as king. But after my purification, those benefactors' reigning powers still left me trapped outside a service door, always token, less than. Where are you really from? I prayed thunderstorms would cleanse my memories of grandparents calling me their muñeca de oro. I've learned to apologize for how my name doesn't translate, how I didn't grow up speaking Spanish, and how I can hear rhythm in my head, but I can't speak with it on demand. College slam groups called me Princeton poet after my whitewashed tongue, and my spirit cried while stepping off the stage. How could I explain? La voz tejana and what the rich call urban always remind me of home. But the past has been flooded out of my system. Cash flow. Charity case. At age 14, I learned my name means of the sea, but I have been filtered because salt water isn't easy to swallow. Thank you.